All right, well, thank you everyone for joining me again. Beautiful sunny Sunday. I'm seeing more blue skies today than we have in the last few days, which is nice. Let's begin with our long spine, feeling your center with you. We'll take our few deep breaths here, stretching the arms and lifting. Inhale fully. And exhaling, opening, feeling that reach out of the arms as you come down. Let's try that again. Filling the body. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, opening wide. We have those shoulders gliding down. Let's take our reach up and over. Inhale and exhale into that lovely side bend. Feeling the opposite sitting bone reaching into the floor, lengthening out through the fingertips. Now then hollowing and contracting on that diagonal, feeling that stretch up and into the low back, maybe even into the shoulder and upper back. Scooping, scooping, scooping. Let's come back to our sideways position. Inhale. And exhale, bringing ourselves back up. Let's try that on the other side. Inhale, lift, and exhale, side, then up and over. Again, feeling the reach in two directions. Good. And then exhale, folding, hollowing the abdominals up and in and contracting up and over that diagonal. Feeling that stretch. Breathe into your back space. Coming back into your sideways curve. Inhale. And exhale, coming back up. Let's go ahead and take a twist stretch before we get onto our backs today. So bringing one leg across. If this leg doesn't feel comfortable here, you could always extend it out. But see again, if you can feel both sitting bones anchored into the floor, we'll take that knee across to the opposite shoulder. Lift up through your torso and then spiral rotate. You can place that hand down on the floor once you've reached your twist. Feeling the abdominals lift up and in as you spiral. Try to soften those shoulders as you breathe deeply, looking around the corner, using your eyes. Good. We'll come back to center, and then same arm as leg pressing along the inside of that leg, turning the other direction. Again, nice full deep breaths as best you can as we're wringing out our column through the spine. Good. And then we'll come back to center. And then if you can, stack your knees one on top of the other, just take a little hinge forward, feeling that stretch into the hips in a little different way. Sending your breaths down into those tight places. And then we'll bring ourselves up and try all of that on the other side, crisscrossing the other leg on top. Again, aligning that pelvis, bringing the knee across toward the opposite shoulder. And again, lengthen your spine as you spiral, twist. And deep breaths here. Increasing that range, using your eyes to turn your head, looking around the corner. Easy through the neck and shoulders. Let's bring it back to the center. And then same arm as leg pressing along the inside, twisting the other direction. Filling with inhales, exhaling it all out. Good. And then again, coming back towards center, lining up those knees as best you can. And take a little bow, hinging forward. Send those exhales down into those places that you're feeling, needing that stretch today. Good, and then we'll bring ourselves back up and swing our legs around. We'll do our flexing and extending of the spine. So again, hanging on to either the shins in front or behind the thighs here. Starting with the tall spine, shoulders softening. Inhale. And then exhale, hollow out those lowest abdominals, pull the belly button in, hold on to those legs and round through that upper back. So you're feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades, across the low spine, working that scoop of the belly. And then folding, rocking back up on top of those sitting bones. Glide the shoulders down, paint the wall, paint the sky with your sternum. Lift, lift, lift. And then bring it back to center. We'll try that again. Contract and hollow. Feeling that deep scoop, curving that spine into that C curve. While you're here, shift the ribs and look over to one side. Maybe feeling a little deeper stretch through one side of this back, through the shoulders. Come back through center. And then shift the ribs, look toward the other side. Still hanging on to those legs. Coming back towards center. And one last time, rocking yourself forward, glide the shoulders down, high, lift back of the neck long, sing your high note here. Good, bring yourself back up through center. Let's see if we can let go of the legs and slowly paint that dotted line down on the mat with each vertebra rolling down through that center line, scooping the belly in deeply, softening the shoulders as you roll on back. And then once you're there, bring the knees into your chest and we'll feel that length through the spine, reaching the tailbone long down toward the floor. Easy through the head. Just let the neck and shoulders be soft. Pulling the thighs in toward your chest, feeling that fold in the hip sockets there. And then we'll place our hands on top of the kneecaps and take our stirs, massaging the low back, circling 3 or 4 times each direction. Just following that point of contact into the floor with the back of the pelvis. Let's reverse a few times the other way. Letting the legs be easy, just letting the arms guide that circle and stir. Good. All right, coming back to center, reach the arms up, 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 go wide across that upper back, and then slowly opening the arms out to that T shape. We're gonna pause right before we get to the floor. So hovering those arms up above the floor, feel that reach and that stretch across the chest. Take an inhale, and then exhale, dissolving into the floor like gravity wind, just releasing and relaxing completely there. Now for our twist. Knees reaching over toward the left, eyes turn over to the right. Still try to feel that sense of ease across the chest and shoulders. Spending some time breathing into the low back, the outer hip. Softening as you are in this twisted position. Inhale, and then exhale. Feel your abdominals initiate the gathering of the pelvis back to center. Your head comes as well. Let's turn the other way. Knees over to the right, and head rolls over to the left. And again, as you settle in, just releasing, relaxing. Good. And then same thing, exhale, gathering the abdominals, bring the pelvis back to center. And there we are, good. So just like from here, opening the knees apart and maybe pulling the ankles in a little happy baby moment, feeling some inner thigh stretch, some pelvic floor stretch. Just like you're a baby playing with your feet, let those knees open out to the sides. Good. And then again, we'll help bring the legs back together again. Nice. We'll take a hamstring stretch here. So extending left leg long toward the floor and then folding that right leg. Again, deepening that fold in the crease of the hip. Good. Now then slowly stretching that right leg up. Just testing the waters here. See where the hamstrings are talking to you today. We'll breathe here. Just gently guiding that thigh inward. From here, bending the knee and flexing the foot. So now organizing our joints a little bit more here. As you're ready, exhale, lengthen through your heel. Feel that stretch to the back of the calf and the hamstrings. With each breath you take, maybe getting a little bit closer, and let's point the foot to bypass the calf stretch to get a little deeper into that hamstring stretch. And we'll do that once again, folding and flexing, softening in. Good, inhale. And then exhale, reaching through the heel, reach the leg long, good. And then we'll point through the foot, maybe getting a little bit closer in. Good. Now then we'll turn that leg out. So rotating it, spiraling it, holding it with that right arm. Support with your elbow perhaps on the floor and see if you can open up that inner thigh stretch a little bit deeper now. Keeping that opposite hip in place. Check in with your neck and shoulders, see if you can keep that easy. And then as you're ready, exhale, scoop in your belly button, bring that leg back up. Let's take it across the body. First, keeping the hips in place, but just waking up that outer hip stretch. Good. And then if you are interested, you can spiral a little further over, letting the hip come away from the floor, getting a little bit deeper into that twist and stretch. Open through the chest. Good. On your next exhale, again, motivate from the center. Bring the pelvis back, making sure you have length through both sides of the waistline. Take one more gentle pull in toward parallel. Good. And let's go for our hip circles today. So keeping that leg extended, opening the palms, perhaps palms up if you don't need that. Rip into the floor. And we'll go for our 4 circles. Feeling your abdominal seatbelt of strength. Here we go. Inhale across. Exhale, circle 1. Inhale and exhale. Stir in that hip socket. And again, inhale and around for 3. And again, exhale, 4. Keep your upper back easy. Reverse. Inhale, open. And exhale, working from our center. Inhale and exhale, stir. 2 to go. Inhale and around for 3. And inhale, exhale around for 4. Lengthen, radiating that energy out to the leg and sending the leg all the way down. And just taking a second, maybe put your hand right here on your hip. Feel the difference, how hot you've generated heat in that hip socket. Yeah. And now we'll do the whole thing other side, folding the left knee into the chest, keeping the reach and the length and the weight through that other leg, right leg on the floor. Good. And then again from here, slowly stretch, test it out, see how those hamstrings are feeling this day. Bringing that leg in towards you as you breathe. And then here we are, bending and flexing, folding it in. And then on the exhale, reaching that heel up, waking up the calf stretch, that's it. And then pointing through the foot, maybe getting a little bit closer in. Let's try that again. Fold the joints in, bending, collapsing inward. Inhale. And then exhale. Reach that energy out through the heel, out through the leg, lengthening the knee. Good. And then point, maybe get a little bit closer in. That's it. Great. And now we'll work on the inner and outer legs. Turn that leg out. So spiral it open and then try to open it out to the side. You can prop your elbow on the floor if you need to. Try to keep the pelvis from wanting to roll off. That's it. Deep breaths there. Release, relax your sternum. Good. And then again, zip up your abdominals. Bring that leg back up to the top. Take it with the other hand. Just test. We tend to be tight here on the outer hip. We'll send our exhales to do their good work. Good. You can either stay here or perhaps continue to spiral into that deep twist. Good, everybody. And then again, gathering the pelvis, bring that leg back up. Go long through both sides of the waistline. We'll take one more stretch there in parallel before we move into our circles. All right, here we go. Set yourself up, shoulders easy, strong through the center. Inhale, go across the body. And exhale, circle down, around, and up. And again, inhale and exhale around. And 3. Around. And 4. And around. Let's reverse for 4. Inhale, opening. And gather up and around. And 2. Wide, easy collarbones. Opening 3. And again for 4. That's it. Reach that leg long and send the leg down. And again, hopefully you've gotten that hip equally warmed up. Now then, let's bend our knees, placing our feet in parallel, thighs straight up and down, just sitting bone distance apart. Again, we'll try to surrender those palms at your sides here, easy, soft with the upper arms. Start with that inhale. Exhale, imprint, hollowing the belly and rolling the pelvis. We'll scoop and lift into our bridge, feeling the knees reaching up and over the feet, trying to increase that feeling of stretch and lengthen the front of the hips since we warmed all that up. And now we're feeling the backs of our legs working. Inhale here. Exhale, one bone at a time. Again, curling through that chain of the spine, rounding and hollowing, noticing if there's any zig and zag as you do that so you can really smooth it out on these next few bridges. Let's try that again. Inhale and exhale, scooping up. Trying to find that harmony through both sides of the back. Both sides of the legs, lifting the hips nice and tall. Still feeling that zipper, zipping up the abdominals here. Easy, soft neck. Inhale here. And again, exhale. Rolling down. Imagining you have 3 spine, all 3 rolling down evenly. Curling through that low back, feeling that stretch through the low spine. Unfurling all the way down into that easy resting position. We'll try it one more time. Inhale. And again, exhale. Curl. Working that sequential movement of the spine. Feeling all your support muscles working to support. Bring you up to that nice long bridge position. Let's see if we can stay here. Imagine you're being supported by steel cables lifting you up from your hips. And you're working the backs of the legs. We're going to inhale, prepare. Exhale, see if you can unweight one leg and fold it in. Woo! And then bring it back down. Seamless transition. See if you can keep your pelvis from wanting to dip one side. Other leg. Exhale. Strong center, strong hamstrings, strong glutes. Return. Let's try it one more time each side. Again. Steady as you go. Holding one leg and bring it back down. Inhale. And again, other side. Find your supports. That's it. And resume that bridge position. Establish it if you've drifted downward. Inhale and exhale. Roll yourself back down. Woo. And then bring those knees into your chest. Stretch out that back again. Feel long through the low back as you fold the legs in. Great. We're going to move now into our coordination exercise. Big inhale, finding our chest fold. Exhale. So you can do this either with the legs slightly bent, or if you can't, extend the legs all the way long, but we're looking right through the thighs. Inhale, open. My arms are hovering off the floor. Exhale, close. Now one leg at a time. Try to feel that stability. Exhale, close. This is where that abdominal seatbelt really comes into play. Inhale, open the other leg. And exhale, gather, close. Bend the knees and rest yourself back down. We'll try that again. A lot to think about. Exhale, chest fold, reach. Inhale, open the both legs. Exhale, close. Watch one leg stay absolutely steady. The other leg opens. Exhale, bring it together. Now watch the other leg stay steady. Opening and gather, close. Bend your knees. Relax your head back down. We'll go for 2 more. As you get better at this, try taking your legs a little bit lower. Find that work. Inhale, open, that's it. Exhale, closing. And now one leg at a time. Inhale and exhale. And other side, inhale and exhale. Bend your knees. Relax your head back down. One more time. And chest fold, zip up your pants. Reach. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. And one leg at a time. Opening and close. Feeling those abdominals do their work. Other side. And close. Bend your knees. Relax your head back down. Just let your head roll side to side, softening and easing up through the upstairs. Good job. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to move into a little bit more challenging abdominal work here, getting our obliques working as well. This is from our Fab 5 series. We're moving into our crisscross. So we're going to get to take the hands behind the head. As you do so, make sure your shoulders aren't scrunching up to your ears. Feel that long space. Armpits pulling up, shoulder blades down the back. We inhale, exhale, contract and find that chest fold. Once again, elbows wide. We're going to extend one leg out and then rotate opposite elbow toward knee. So we're twisting. And then we're going to slowly change. Just extend the other leg and twist. And again, rotate, twist. And rotate, twist. If you have the strength, you can take that long leg lower, which is a little harder. And rotate. And we're breathing. We go inhale, switch, take another inhale. And blow it away. Exhale. And exhale, scooping those abdominals deeply. One more set here. Inhale. Inhale. And blow it away. Exhale. And exhale. Good work. Release, relax, back down. Good job. Good job. That was a challenge. Now then, you can either extend your legs, knees bent, or extend all the way long for our roll up. We'll take the arms up overhead and reach, feeling that support through the rib cage. Here we go. Inhale the arms up. And again, spine like a wheel, nodding to the chest, finding that chest fold, but then continue. If you need to, you can use your hands behind your legs. When you get up to the top, extend the legs and find this hairpin position, folding at the middle and reaching in opposition, belly button reaching toward the wall behind you and fingertips reaching forward. And then we rewind it. Exhale, slowly rolling down, letting your shoulders melt and scooping again, either bending the knees, working through that, or extending the legs long. And coming all the way back down to that beginning position. Let's repeat. Inhale the arms and exhale. Try to quiet the thighs, calm down, work through the center. And again, reach, wide upper back, finding that fold. Take a breath in, exhale, let your deepest, lowest abdominals retreat. Let your shoulders melt like wax. Rolling down, thighs are soft. Rolling back down your center line and unwind. Try this again. Inhale and exhale slowly, smoothly. Try not to use a jolt of momentum to get yourself up. Finding that fold, reach, 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 hollowing. And exhale, melt it back down. Staying as low over your mat as you can. Rolling back right down that center line, trying not to tilt side to side. One more time, work as smoothly as you can. Inhale and exhale. Abdominals water wheeling you all the way up. On this last one, you can extend the legs, open those sitting bones, rock side to side, and take your forward fold here. Give your calves, your ankles, or your feet a little bit of a massage as you're stretching out your low back and hamstrings. Good. And then we'll roll ourselves back up to our sitting position today and move into our spine stretch forward. So widening your stance with your legs, shoulder distance apart. Let's see if you can pull those feet back, flex through the feet. If possible, we'll reach our arms out in front, feeling that lift and scoop through the middle. Inhale, and again, exhale, folding like somebody's got you by the belt, pulling you backward as you contract over, just like we did a moment ago. And then stack yourself back up, feeling the shoulders drifting downward. Let's add our extension. Elbows bend into that flat goalpost position. That's it. And then lift your heart, open the chest, pulling those elbows behind yourself. So let's stretch across the chest and the extension through the spine. Return to your zombie position. Inhale. Exhale, finding your C curve, contracting head towards tail, folding in the middle. Inhale, lengthening the spine, getting longer and longer through that waistline. Elbows pull back. Inhale, heart sings and lifts up, 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 up. And returning one more time. Full inhale, exhale, deflate. Reaching those fingertips away from your abdominals, pulling back. Inhale, roll it up. And exhale, elbows bend. And inhale, heart lifts, opening, widening through the collarbones. Good. Now then, open those arms out to the side for our saw. We're going to rotate waistline, legs stay as steady as you can. Exhale, reaching toward that outside edge of that ankle. Rotate your other hand palm up, so we're turning it under. Reaching those fingers away from each other. Inhale, gather it back up. And exhale, unwind. Other side, spiral, inhale. And again, exhale, reach for that outer ankle. Try not to rock one cheek up off the floor. Keep those sit bones as planted as you can. Inhale, lengthen and roll it up. And exhale. Let's try this again. Spiral. Feel that three-dimensional torso. Exhale, fold and reach. Reach, reach. Inhale, gather it up. And again, open, feel that wingspan wide. Other side, spiral, rotate. And exhale, fold and reach. Reach, reach. Good. Gather it back up. And exhale, unwind. Good. Before we go over onto our belly, let's do one more challenge here. You can come back onto your elbows. Then again, try not to concave through your chest. You really want to be very elegant here. Press and lift your chest up. And strengthen from your core. Bring your knees into your chest. So you're in your little ball. We're just going to tick-tock side to side. Little hip massage. Keep your knees stacked and see if you can reach knees over without losing that other elbow on the floor. And then exhale as if you had a hook on your hip bone. Pull from your obliques. Bring your pelvis back to center. Other side. Up and over. Reach, reach, reach. Feeling that twist. And then again, hollow. Pull from your abdominals to bring your pelvis and your legs back to center. Again, rocking up and over. And exhale, gather. Really just enjoying that massage to the low back, to the hips, and up and over. And bringing it back. So you can continue like this. If you want to make it a little more challenging, try it with the legs straighter. And tick-tock up and over, displacing the weight further from center, which makes it harder not to fall over. Exhale, pull from your middle. And again, reaching up and over, trying to keep both elbows on the floor. And exhale, pull it back in. Very good. You could do that more later. Bend your knees, bring yourself up, open those knees apart, and take your dive head to tail. Stretch out the hips. Release. Good. And again, roll yourself up, and then we'll transition over onto your belly. So bringing the legs out behind you, and flipping yourself over. Feel long through the fronts of the hips. And we'll bring our hands next to our shoulders here, okay? Be careful not to have little cricket legs popping up this way. We just want to keep the arms down on our sides, okay? Abs lift, starting with just that baby swan extension. Curious eyes looking forward and opening the chest. Keep that back of the neck long. You want to keep that windpipe free and open. See if you can find that place where your abs are lifting and you're working that upper back, but maybe you don't need those hands on the floor. So you can test yourself there. And then place your hands back down on the floor, feeling those shoulder blades sliding down. Perhaps press up a little bit more. Working the strength of the arms, and again, opening and stretching the front of the body. Let's stay here, bring the chin toward the chest, and then just a half circle, ear to shoulder, pausing there, and going down and around to the other side, chin to chest, and the other ear to shoulder, feeling that nice stretch to the neck, and chin to chest. Looking forward, lifting your heart, lifting your eyes, lifting your abdominals. Exhale slowly. Rolling your spine back down into that long position where you started. Let's try this again. Reaching out. Keep the legs easy behind you. Try not to let them lift up off the floor. Press into the hands. Feel your collarbones smiling out in front of yourself. So try not to scrunch up too high. Keep those shoulders down. And again, chin to chest. Let's start the other way first. Ear to the other shoulder. And chin to chest. And your other shoulder. And chin to chest, looking forward in your swan glory, opening, long, lovely neckline. Exhale, rolling yourself back down. All the way, good. So we're gonna move into the breaststroke, so make sure you have some space around you, some clearance here. Again, we start in that similar little float, bringing the arms up, elbows at your side. And I'm just slightly extended, so I'm not in a face plant, but I'm still keeping energy out to the top of my head. I'm going to exhale and extend my arms forward as long as I can, blow bubbles underwater. And then we're going to pull through the water, pull those lats, lift your eyes coming into that extension. And then bring yourself back down, hands at your shoulders. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, pulling, everything funneling into that waistline as you lift. And then lowering down. Make sure your abdominals are pulling up in and to support your low back. Especially here, try not to pooch your belly into the floor. Lift your abdominals up and in. And then bring it back down. 2 more times. Exhale. And inhale, long neckline. And bring it down last time. Exhale, reach. And zip up your pants. Pull, open the chest. And lowering back down. Let's come up into our hands and knees position. Very nice. So we're going to feel that width across the upper back as you're in your coffee table position here. Let's take a curve side to side. So I'm gonna side bend as if I'm trying to look toward one cheek over there. And then bring it back to the long spine. And other side, side bend, bringing my head and my hip toward each other. And then bring it back to side. Try that again. Curious cat, looking towards your tail. Side bending, so I'm condensing this side and lengthening the other side. And then bringing it back to center. And then again, curious cat, bringing your head and tail together. Takes a little coordination. Coming back to center. Now we do our cat back, rounding through that spine, dropping the head through the arms, pulling the belly button nice and high, lifting and widening across that upper back. Bring it back through the long position into your coffee table, and then happy cow, dipping down, shining your sternum out in front of you and opening your chest. And let's do those two curves again. Contracting into flexion, lifting and hollowing, scooping deeply, and then bringing it back through center and arcing, opening the shoulders, pulling away. Good, coming back into that long spine. One more cat, lifting up and then shifting, rocking back and forth from knees to hands, feeling that shift, continue to feel that lift up and into your center. And then as you're ready, you can shift into your child's pose position, sitting back towards your heels, perhaps reaching the fingertips as far forward as you can, and settling in. Deep breaths into your back as you're breathing here, and maybe even if you can, bringing your hands toward your floating ribs, toward your kidneys here, and then feeling as you inhale that you're filling that back space. And as you exhale, you just melt into the floor. Try that again. Inhale. Filling three-dimensionally. Exhale. Softening. Good. Let's go ahead and slowly collect ourselves to roll back up to sit. And then we'll move into our side leg work here. So finding your banana position on the floor. That's it. So legs are stacked, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, and legs are slightly angled toward that front corner of your mat. You can lie either long on your arm, which is a little easier to distribute the balance, or if you want to challenge yourself, you can prop yourself up and even rely less and less on this top arm. It can be your sassy hand on your hip if you can. All right, so we're going to take this top leg and lift it up, and we're going to do single leg kick. So flexing the foot, finding that hip that we warmed up earlier, that hip socket, hinging there, folding forward and forward, and then pressing it back, keeping those abdominals from letting yourself spill. Reach back and back. Here we go. Swing forward and forward point. Reach back and back. Try to keep that leg level on that horizontal plane. Foot, knee, and hip on the same line. That's it. And forward and forward. If you need, this hand can be your support. Reaching back. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale again, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, good. Bring the legs back together again. We'll take a little challenge here. Lift leg again, and then spiral it, turning it out. So we're rotating here, but trying not to roll backward on that hip. So again, make sure you have your flagpole down through the middle of your hips here. We're gonna draw hula hoop size circles now with this top leg, reaching it forward and up. And back. Hula hoops come in different sizes, so you can choose wisely. Forward and up, reaching back and down. And again, forward. Fighting gravity here. Keep that waistline long, top shoulder soft. And again, forward and up. Nice work. Working that balance and control. Great. Let's reverse it. Keep the turnout, reaching it back. Keep your hips stacked. Spiral it up and around. And down. I always imagine somebody's holding onto my foot, lengthening it and pulling it up and out and around and down. And again, wishing for help. And back and around and down. Last time. Back and around. Our grand rondagens here. Good. All right. Let's bend our knees now. sitting in our little chair. Good. We're going to lift our feet. So just picking up our feet, turning it in. And now we're going to do our great big clam shells here. So we're rotating open and closing. And again, I pretend I'm against a brick wall with my sacrum, keeping it closed and trying to isolate that movement in the hip. And again, open the door and close. And yes, your abdominals are still there to support and be your friend. That's it. Good. And again, we need all the help we can get these days, right? And lower down. Keep going. Lift and lowering. Starting to feel a little burning sensation working here. 3 and down. And one more time. Woo-hoo. And relax. Today, we're going to cross that leg over. Extend your bottom leg long. And then take our position here. We're going to do our circles today. So letting the hips release. Take that top arm and reach further forward. And now trace the circle on the floor. So again, clear the decks. Big circle, reach. Feel that great stretch through the spine. Come up and over the top of the hip. And we'll do that again, reach. And just letting the head roll on the floor, following that hand, freeing up the chest and the back. And reaching in, let's reverse for 2. Rotating palm open, thumb leading as you go back. And around, a big reach. And down, and one more time, open it. And circle. Good, good, good. All the way back. And finish, good. Bring yourself up, transition to the other side. Finding our banana position here. And again, establishing your placement with your upper body, either long or pulled up, working your balance and control. And we'll go into our single leg kick. So floating that leg so the foot, knee, and hip are on the same line. Abs are with you, long waistline. Flex the top foot, hinge, forward, forward. Abs strong, press to the hamstrings, reach back and back, challenging that stretch of the hip. Inhale, inhale, and then lengthening here in the front of the hip. Reach, stretching the quads. Again, forward and forward. Press, exhale, back and back. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. A few more sets. Forward and back and back and forward and back and back. Good job. Bring the legs together. Take a pause there. We'll move into our big circles or hula hoops. Lift that leg. Again, turn it out. Feel that support. Keep the hips in place and test the range. Forward and up. Reaching up and out of the hip socket as you circle back. And again, reach. Lengthening up and out. Long waistline. Good. And down. Laser beam light. Reaching through those legs. Tracing a big circle. Around and down. Pretending that our leg is not as heavy as it really is, right? Good. And return, reverse. Light as a feather. Reach up and around. And down. And again. And lengthen. Good. And down. 2 to go. Check in with this top shoulder. Keep it easy. Put all that effort, energy through the leg. And down. And again, radiate from your center. Reach. Good. And all right. Good. Bending those knees again. Stack to the hips. Just pivot and lift your feet. And now we work our clamshell, working our rotation, opening from those rotators, opening and then pressing closed. And again, open and close. Continue to breathe and open, rotate and close. Giant clamshell, opening and closing. Continue here, a few more. Open and close and open. We're feeling it more on the second side. It's already been doing some work for us. 2 more and close. Last one. Open. Woo! And close. Relax. Cross that leg over. Just give it a little rest. And then extend that bottom leg. Make sure you have space around you. Try not to hit my plants. And we'll go into our big circles. Hands stacked. Here we go, reaching that top arm and then tracing as big a circle as you can, opening it around. Good. And coming over the top and down. And again, you're always welcome to pause if you find a good place that you want to luxuriate on a little bit longer. Be my guest. And then we'll go twice the other direction, rotating palm up, thumb leading, eyes just following that hand around the world. And again, reaching and circling. All the way around. Good job. Okay, roll onto your back again. We did quite a good deal of rotation work, so we're going to give those muscles a good stretch here. So we'll take our figure 4 pretzel stretch, crossing one ankle over that thigh like you're casually sitting in a chair. And then we're going to link through, one hand inside, one hand outside, clasping either behind that thigh or on top of the shin. So you can reach your head down toward the floor, let it rest, and at the same time, reach your tail feathers down toward the mat, feeling that oppositional length, that pull, as you're guiding the thighs in toward your chest. Again, sometimes I nudge open that thigh with my elbow if I can, and then maybe take a little side to side investigative search for other tight angles of those muscles. We'll breathe deeply. When you find a good place or two, just send your exhales down into those spots. Good. And then we'll carefully unwind and try this on the other side, crossing the other ankle over that thigh. You may feel a stretch with one foot on the floor. That's fine too. Or gather through, holding, clasping either under or on top of that shin. And again, tail feathers reaching down toward the floor, guiding those thighs in towards your chest. Calming it down using your deep, deep breaths. Maybe shift a little side to side, find those other tight spots. Good. Excellent. And then unwind there. Great. So we're going to go into a little bit of a plie sequence or a bar stretch here. We're going to extend the legs long up to the ceiling and just start by flexing. And if you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay. And then pointing. So we're just working through the feet, flexing and pointing, and flexing and pointing, and again flexing and pointing. Now then, turn the thighs out. So we're spiraling, and we're going to do a little plie. So we're starting with the feet pointed. Pull the toes back to flex, and then bend your knees. We're folding into that little frog position. Try to keep your pelvis on the floor. Exhale, push through the heels, feeling the inner thighs come back toward each other, and point. So I might change my angle so you can see what I'm doing with my legs. And again, pulling the toes back to flex as if I were standing on the ceiling, and then bending the knees, making that little diamond shape, opening the thighs, feeling the abdominal support. Exhale, press those heels, and then reach to point the feet again. Let's try that a few more times. Peel the toes back, bend the knees, folding into your frog shape. Exhale, push the sky away, and then roll through those feet to point. One more time. Peel the toes back and bend and flex, folding in. Exhale, push the ceiling away. Feel those abdominals working. And then point. Good. Bring the legs back to parallel. Bend your knees and fold into that little ball one more time. Very nice. Good. Bring yourself back up to a sitting position, and we'll roll over onto hands and knees. And we'll take our little hip flexor stretches here. So helping one leg out in front of yourself, and then finding that low lunge position. Hinging the pelvis forward, separating those thigh bones. Again, working good posture as much as you can. So opening the chest, trying not to be a hunchback here. Looking straight ahead, energizing the spine, lifting the core muscles so you feel that support. You can either stay here or perhaps find your balance, bringing your hands to your thighs. Again, shoulders dripping down away from the ears. Good. Again, you can either just enjoy this position, or for a little bonus, Whichever leg is back, that arm sweeps up and reaches up by your ear, lengthen up, and then slight side bend away from that hip, encouraging that length through the hip flexors there. Good. Inhale, reach it back up. And exhale, bring it back down. Just hinge your pelvis back. Flex that front foot again, feeling a little deeper hamstring stretch. Calf stretch there. Breathe it out. Good. And then we'll carefully exchange other leg. Help that other leg out in front. That's it. Wriggle the toes forward so that as you press the hips forward, you're creating that nice right angle, knee over heel. Again, working good posture, opening the chest. Sending your exhales whooshing down through that back leg. And again, you can either stay here or zip up your abdominals. Find your support, soft shoulders. You could either stay here or take that other arm sweeping up by your ear. Feel that reach long, long, long through the spine. Exhale, slight side bend until you feel that deep and stretch. Relax in the shoulders. Sending the breath down through the hip. Good. Inhale, lift yourself up. And exhale, recover. Hinge the pelvis back. Flex that front foot. Feeling that deeper stretch. Good work. And then you can either stand all the way up onto your feet, or I'll be on my knees, and we'll just take a few deep breaths here together. Sweeping the arms up. Inhale, reach up all the way, feel long through the fronts of the hips. Exhale, coming back down. And do that one more time. Sweep and reach. Inhale. And exhale. All right, everybody, have a beautiful Sunday. Thank you so much.